Welcome to UGC NET JRF Coaching for Commerce and Management Student Series. Myself, Nanak Joy, PG Department of Finance, M.COM, St.Aloysius College, Elthirth. I am discussing here certain repeated questions from UGC NET exam in paper 2. Let us start the questions. First question. Which of the following is not a method for calculating the amount of purchase consideration? Four options are given. First one, net payment method, then net asset method, gross receipt method, and share exchange method. These are the four options given. So the answer is gross receipt method. We can see the explanation. First of all, we should know what is meant by purchase consideration. Purchase consideration is the agreed amount which is given by the purchasing company to the vendor company in exchange of the ownership of the transferor company. Or we can say that this is the amount given by the purchasing company, that is transferring company, to the vendor company, that is transferor company. And we know that purchase consideration can be given in different form. That is, it can be in the form of cash, shares, or any other asset as agreed between both the companies. And purchase consideration can be calculated in four different methods. They are, first one, net asset method. What is meant by net asset method? That is, net asset method means purchase consideration is calculated on the basis of the value of net asset. Then how to calculate net asset? It is the difference between or the total agreed amount of asset taken over minus total agreed amount of liabilities. That is, asset taken over minus liabilities taken over is equal to purchase consideration under net asset method. Then another method is called net payment method. Under net payment method, purchase consideration means the payment made to the shareholders of the transferor company, and that also in the form of cash, shares, or debentures. The next method is lump sum method. Lump sum means a fixed amount paid by transferee company to the transferor company. Then here there is no need of calculation because the amount is decided by mutual consent of both the companies. Then fourth method is intrinsic value or share exchange method. Then intrinsic value of a share is calculated by dividing net asset by the number of share. That is, first of all, we have to calculate intrinsic value of a share. It is by dividing net asset by the number of share. Then how to calculate net asset? Net asset is calculated by taking all asset minus outside liability. Then after that, consideration is calculated by multiplying the intrinsic value with the number of shares. So these are the four methods under which purchase consideration is calculated, so that the method which is not the method of calculating the amount of purchase consideration is gross receipt method. The actual methods are net payment, net asset, lump sum method, and share exchange or intrinsic value method. Okay, let's move to the other question. Second question, which of the following sections of Companies Act 2013 facilitates amalgamation, absorption, and reconstruction of companies? Four options are given: Section 319, 320, 410, 502. And the correct answer is 319. We can see what are the four different sections. We can see the explanation. First section, the correct answer, that is section 319. What is 319? It is the power of the company liquidator to accept shares, etc., as consideration for sale of property of company. Then section 320, it is distribution of property of company. Section 410, National Company Law Appellate Tribunal, which was constituted under Section 410 of the Companies Act 2013 for hearing the appeals against the orders of National Company Law Tribunals with effect from 1st June 2016. Then Section 502, it is appointment of liquidator. So the section which facilitate amalgamation, absorption and reconstruction of company is section 319. 319. Then we can move to the third question. Which one of the following is a void contract? Void contract. Four options are given. What are they? One is unilateral contract. Second one, a contract which ceases to be enforceable by law. Then third one, implied contract. Fourth one, express contract. So the correct answer is a contract which ceases to be enforceable by law. So which one of the following is a void contract? A void contract means a contract which ceases to be enforceable by law. We can see the options. First one, unilateral contract. Unilateral, that means uni means one. So unilateral contract is a contract agreement in which an offerer promises to pay after the occurrence of a specified act. That is why it is called one-sided contract. The other one, express contract. Express, that means it is an exchange of promises in which the terms by which the parties agree to be bound are declared either orally or in writing, or a combination of both, or at the time it is made. That is, an express contract means a contract in which the terms and conditions are expressly mentioned. The terms and conditions are expressly mentioned. The other one is implied contract. Implied, it is inferred, or it arises from the conduct of the parties, the behavior of the parties. The contract creates legally binding obligations between the parties. The contract is not based on any written or oral agreement between the parties. So, implied contract arises from the conduct of the parties. So when you go through the options, we can see that the correct answer is void contract is a contract which ceases to be enforceable by law. Come to the fourth question. Which of the following is the non-random method of selecting samples from a given population? Non-random method. There are four options: stratified sampling, systematic sampling, quota sampling, and multi-stage sampling. Of this, the correct answer is quota sampling. We can see that all the other, stratified, systematic, and multi-stage sampling are random method of selecting. So the answer is quota sampling. So we can see what is meant by sampling. It's a technique of selecting individual members or a subset of the population to make statistical inferences from them and estimate characteristic of the whole population. That is, it is a method by which from the whole population certain individual members are selected. The technique is called sampling. For sampling, there are different methods: random method and non-random method. Stratified is a random sampling method. It's a method of sampling that involves the division of the population into small subgroup, that is called strata, divided into small subgroup, and after that samples are selected. That is called stratified random sampling. Next is systematic sampling. This is a type of probability sampling, that is a random sampling method in which sample members from a larger population are selected according to a random starting point but with a fixed periodic interval. This interval is called sampling interval. Then sampling interval is calculated by dividing the population size by the desired sample size. The next is quota sampling. Quota sampling is defined as a non-probability sampling. This is non-random sampling method in which the researchers create a sample involving individuals that represent a population. Fourth one, multi-stage sampling. This is multi-stage sampling is taking of the sample in stages. That is why the word is used multi-stage sampling. Using smaller sampling units at each stage. So the correct answer is the which of the following is the non-random method of selecting samples from a given population. Correct answer is quota sampling. Then fifth question, e-marketing also referred to as four option. Number one, online marketing, internet advertising, internet marketing, all of the above. You can see that e-marketing. E-marketing can be referred as it may be online marketing or you can call it as internet advertising. That is also correct. Internet marketing. So that you can say that the correct answer is all of the above. E-marketing can be referred as online marketing, internet advertising or internet marketing. So correct answer is all of the above. So today we have discussed five important questions. Once again, the first question is with regard to how to calculate purchase consideration. I had told you four method, net payment, net asset method, then lump sum method actually, then share exchange method or intrinsic value method. Next question is with regard to different sections. The different sections of Companies Act 2013 which facilitate amalgamation, absorption and reconstruction of company. The section is section 319. Then which of the following is void contract? Which is void contract? A contract which ceases to be enforceable by law. In order to say that to become a contract, what is required? An agreement which is enforceable by law is contract. So a contract which ceases to be enforceable by law is void contract. Okay. Then next is the non-random method of selecting sample. The answer is correct answer is quota sampling. Last one, e-marketing. E-marketing also referred to as online marketing, internet advertising, internet marketing. So the correct answer is all of the above. Okay, study all the answers. Thank you.